We'll make it to the top, taking off.
And now, Mike's thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Deshaun Watson is officially back at Cleveland Browns camp. He threw today. That's right. The man, the myth, the legend himself was out there throwing the ball around, But you know what? Who wasn't there? We saw Bailey Zappi there. We saw the man, the myth, the legend, Dylan Gabriel there. But we did not see Shedeur Sanders in that clip. If you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, head over to take that back. Head over to facebook.com/Man Hour NFL Talk. In the latest video there is a clip of Deshaun Watson throwing the ball. There are 3 other orange jerseys there. Peep-Poo is not there. And people in the comments are like, oh, we don't need Deshaun. We don't need Shedeur. We don't need him. He's trash. Stop it. Shedeur Sanders is your starter right now. Dylan Gabriel isn't. Bailey Zappi isn't. Hell, Deshaun Watson isn't. Where is Shedeur Sanders? Where is Shedeur Sanders at the end of the day? That's what we want to know. That's what the world wants to know. Cleveland, where was Shedeur Sanders during that clip? Cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, I'll rise up.
Yeah, hey, let's go. Hitting that gridiron, we going hard, we running the plays. You know the vibe, only the strong survive. Gotta keep your head in the game. Talking NFL, uncut, straight raw, steady bringing that sauce. We about to take off, get it hype. This man, our sport talk. Yeah, from the quarterback to the lineman, everybody bringing heat. You don't really wanna try them. Hey, who gon' win? It's a battle of the giants. This show is the flyest. Nobody can deny it. This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception? This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception?
Let's go. What is up, Man Hour Nation, guys? Welcome to Man Hour NFL Talk, your go-to spot for live, raw, uncut NFL talk. I'm so glad you guys are rolling with us today. Before we jump into today's action, guys, head over to manhourradio.com. That's just flying all the exclusive merchandise, the blogs, and everything happening with the Man Hour show. So if you're rocking the Man Hour, guys, that is the spot to do it. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the share button. Of course, you hit the subscribe button as well, so you never miss a live, interactive show. But if you want the full Man Hour experience, guys, become a Pigskin Pundit. That is our members-only community where you get free entry into equally win NFL pick'ems, giveaways, exclusive merchandise, and of course, bonus live streams that only the Pigskin Pundits get. So if you want that next level access, guys, join the squad today. Now remember, this is a live interactive show, so comment down below. Comment your thoughts, your opinions, and your hottest of the hottest takes. Talk that shit, because I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know we did not start on time today. I had the space here going out here in Studio C, right? Studio C, and it said nope. It said, nope, we going to blow a fuse. Literally, as I was going to go push live, I hear zzz, and it popped. But guys, we are live, we are raw, we are uncut, and we got to jump into today's show. And we're going to start right off there at the top. We are going to talk about the Detroit Lions taking on the Super Bowl champions, Super Bowl bound NFL champions, the Dallas Cowboys. And guys, injuries keep piling up in Detroit. Injuries after injury after injury. I don't know if they're drinking the water out of Flint. I don't know if they're not sleeping or if they're just simply cursed by the football gods, but the injury bug has moved right in to Ford Field. The injury bug has set up residence in Detroit, Michigan, because for the second straight year, it has a mailing address inside of Ford Field at the particular point. Let's just be honest. And this time, it's hitting the wide receiver room, and it's hitting it hard. Amon-Ra St. Brown will most likely miss Thursday night's matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. He rolled his ankle against the Green Bay Packers on Thanksgiving Day, and it looked very, very nasty. Matter of fact, I'm surprised he even walked away. I'm surprised he's even listed as questionable, but the Lions are calling it a game time decision. Guys, let's be brutally honest here. We all know what this means. it means he's probably not playing. If it's a 50-50, we're going to go on the 50 of him not playing. But here's the problem. St. Brown is the keys to the ignition. St. Brown is that engine. St. Brown is the whole entire Detroit Lions offense. He's the oil. He's the spark plug. He's the battery. He's the timing brake, a timing belt. Everything works because he works. Yes, they have Jahmyr Gibbs. Yes, they have Monty. Both of them are elite. But without St. Brown, the passing game becomes suspect at best. The running game becomes suspect at best. Because here's the reality. Yes, J-Mo is an ego-filled, hypothetical speedster right now. The rookie is still trying to figure himself out. He even lines up right half the time that said that is a win. And Jared Goff, look, I'll say it how it is. He's an overhyped quarterback that needs elite players around him to elevate him. He's not lifting anyone. He is not creating it on his own. He's not making defenses scare on his own. He is not winning football games on his own. Now, with that being said, guys, St. Brown, you have to give credit where credit is due. This man's a top 10 receiver in the NFL. Hell, he might even be top 5 some days. He puts up stats week in and week out. He blocks. He fights. He runs perfect routes. He does the dirty work. He is the definition of grit. And he makes the defense play honest football. Without him, the defense gets bold on the opposing teams because defense crowd the run game. Defense attack Jared Goff. Defenses sit in the shallow routes and dare the Detroit Lions to beat them deep. And Dan Campbell said it clear as day on Tuesday. If he can play, he'll play. He hasn't practiced this week. He's taking mental reps. He's testing the ankle day by day, but he says it still hurts. He says it's still up the air if he'll play on Thursday. Listen, the man's tough. He wants to be out there. But even if he plays, let's just be flat honest, he wouldn't even be himself. He'd be about 75% at best. And that brings us to Thursday night. Let me break down this as clear as I can. Let me break this down the simplest way possible. Without St. Brown, the Lions offense does not operate the same. Without St. Brown, the Lions do not play with the lead. Without St. Brown's, the Dallas Cowboys defense can feast all night long, baby. Detroit defense is at its absolute best when they're protecting the lead. When Aiden Hutchinson and the rest of the boys can get after the quarterback along with the blitz practices and the pressure schemes, they all work when teams are forced to throw the ball. But if the Lions fall behind, they give the Dallas Cowboys the momentum. If Jared Goff has to throw without his number one target, the Lions are in trouble. Because the offense takes chances, because their defense plays great with the lead. The entire ecosystem relies on Amon-Ra St. Brown being on the field, being 100%, baby. Take him away, and the entire strategy shifts. Take him away, the Detroit Lions are nothing. Take him away, and bada bing, bada boom, the Detroit Lions are below average at best. But we got to ask this question. Let's ask this question. So what does that mean? Amon-Ra is likely absence mean. Like, what does that mean exactly? It means the Lions almost have no shot against the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday night. It means the offense has lost his identity. It means Jared Goff loses his safety blanket. It means the running game loses its balance. It means the Detroit Lions defense will be playing from behind and staying instead of ahead. Amon-Ra St. Brown is the heartbeat of this team. And without him, the Detroit Lions simply are not the same football team. So, Man Hour Nation, let me ask you guys this question. Do you think the Detroit Lions can beat the Dallas Cowboys without Amon-Ra St. Brown, or is this game already over before it starts? Guys, subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we are live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. East Coast time right here, YouTube.com/Man Hour. Now, this is a live interactive show, guys, so jump in the comments down below. Let your voice be heard. Let's get into the comments and discuss your thoughts. The comments are not working right now because obviously of the power outage right before. But I see Bruins Prod in the chat today. What's up, Bruin Prod? Let's see if I can get this work. Let's see if we can scroll up here and do a little troubleshooting on the fly. But Bruins Prod says, what's good, man? What's up, man? Hopefully you're having a good old day. Hopefully you're having a good old day, Bruins Prod. Because when push comes to shove, we're going to talk about your New England Patriots again. So on Factor Crap, Bruins Prod, I want you to stay tuned. I want you to buckle up because we going to talk about your boys yet again. Oh, man, I'm trying here, boys. I see my man Shay Frazier in the chat as well. What is up, Shay? What did he say? It says, oh, we in this place, baby. Shay, we here all day, every day, baby. Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. East Coast time, baby. Now, select. Activate selected. That did not work. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, well, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's like it is totally fine. But Shay says the Lions is done. They done. There is no glory if you're a Detroit Lions fan right now. They're going to be a one and done, even if they make the playoffs, says Shay. And Shay, when you look at the Detroit Lions right now, they're sitting at 7-4. They are sitting at as a team, like we don't know what to do with our hands, right? They are looking like a shell of the Detroit Lions that we've grown to know over the last several years. And if the Detroit Lions do not beat the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday, if they do not beat the Giants or the Commanders or the Packers moving forward, it's going to be a long, long season. I got the chat working, I think, but we'll see. But Shay, I do agree. Even if the Detroit Lions make it to the playoffs, it would be a 7 seed, and they would be a one and done. They'll be getting that ass whooped, baby, by the Green Bay Packers, by the Chicago Bears, or the LA Rams. We're going to be talking about the best team in the NFC coming up on fact or crap coming up. He says the Lions are sitting like the Chiefs. Shay, it's almost like you read my rundown for the day, because we are going to be talking about the Kansas City Chiefs on Cold Hard Facts. And quite frankly, I'm depressed. I'm not happy, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and test this chat here. Let's see if the comments are working. Get my keyboard back over. Test. There we go. See if it rolls out. Doesn't look like it. That's all right. Jump over to YouTube Shorts. Ryan Wiggins, 4267 says hi. I said hi. He said with man hour. He said hi. What's up, Ryan Wiggins? Gary says hey. What's up, Gary? Hope you're having a good old day, brother. Hope you're having a good old day. Anything happen on Facebook? Does not look like people like to be talking shit over there on Facebook. But you guys are right. I think the Detroit Lions are toast. I think the Detroit Lions are, a one and done, even if they make the playoffs. But a team that's kind of gambling on their future, a team that is kind of up in the air. Guys, straight to the truth about the most confusing quarterback in the entire NFL right now. No, I'm not talking about Trevor Lawrence. No, I'm not talking about Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson or Jared Goff or Brock Purdy or Justin Fields, a top 10 quarterback, right, Shay? I'm talking about Bryce Young. Guys, I cannot think of a single quarterback who delivers highest of the highs and then the lowest of the lows in back-to-back weeks. You could be watching the Carolina Panthers. Bryce Young looks like an elite, best quarterback in the NFL, and the very next play, he throws a Superman interception pick six. 1 week, he looks like the future of the franchise, and the next week, he looks like he'd never seen an NFL defense before. And somehow, some way, the Carolina Panthers has still believed in him. Somehow, some way, the Carolina Panthers are thinking about paying the man. Guys, let's be very, very clear about this. Inside that building, they believe Bryce Young is the guy. And honestly, I can get it. I can see it. The Panthers have used 10 different offensive line combinations this season. 10! Absolute chaos. That is instability. That is a quarterback's worst nightmare. And on top of that, they got one of the youngest wide receiver rooms in entire football. Guys are still developing. Guys are still learning. Guys are still figuring out this league. So Carolina is not blaming every up and down on Bryce Young. They do not see him as the problem, but they see him as a bigger part of the unfinished picture. Now, I get it. This dude has shown elite flashes. Just last week, he was excelente versus the LA Rams. Before that, he set a franchise record for passing yards against the Atlanta Falcons. 2 weeks earlier, he was god-awful against the San Francisco 49ers. This is what makes evaluating Justin Fields so hard. Bryce Young so hard. This is what makes studying Bryce Young so hard. This is what makes us, should we pay Bryce Young so hard? Because this is where it gets interesting. The Panthers have to decide by early May whether to pick up Bryce Young's fifth-year option, that is in 2027, they will most definitely pick it up. Do they pay the man? Or do they pick up the fifth-year option? Because if you pick up the fifth-year option right now, that's around $26.5 million. And for a starting quarterback, that is a steal, baby. That's a steal. But do the Panthers extend him long-term? It feels like the classic wait-and-type-of-see situation. Bryce Young, guys, let's just be honest, is not a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. He's not a top 15 quarterback, and right now he's a mid-tier guy with streaky performances, much like Trevor Lawrence. The Panthers see 2026 as their true jump year, their real window, their time to cash in, baby. So the question becomes, do you commit heavy money to a quarterback who has not shown consistent top-tier play, or do you just ride it out and potentially draft a quarterback? Guys, this is the dilemma that Carolina Panthers are in right now. And look, Bryce Young does have two big things working in his favor. Number one, he has been absolute clutch this year. He is. 4 fourth-quarter comebacks, 5 game-winning drives, and that stuff matters. Look at Baker Mayfield. We're putting Baker Mayfield in the MVP conversation because of that very stat right there. Number 2 is he can hit the deep ball. He has 30 completions of 20-plus yards this season. Torch, arch, and perfection. That is a winning trait. When you got the touch, when you got the arch, and the precision, ooh, baby! Win. The game is late and close. He is calm. He is collective. He's like, I've been here, done that. I got the t-shirt, baby. When he pushes the ball down the field, which he can, he does it very, very nice. That keeps the door open for a big payday down the road. Guys, here's the real truth. Extending him right now makes no sense. Extending Bryce Young right now makes zero stability for the Carolina Panthers moving forward. A Bryce Young extension this offseason makes no sense for anybody. If Carolina picks up the fifth-year option on him, they have him for 2 more years, around $33 million total. Why would Bryce Young take a long-term deal that's less than $50 million a year when the quarterback market is exploding? Trevor Lawrence, that Trevor Lawrence got $55 million. And we still don't know if he's still a long-term answer in Jacksonville. Hell, he could get cut tomorrow. Teams panics over quarterback. Look at Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. They do wild things because they're terrified of not having a quarterback. Guys, if Carolina wants to extend Bryce Young next offseason, they would have to pay top quarterback money to do it. And that's just not happening. Not with his inconsistency, not with the rebuild still in progress. This feels like Jordan Love in Green Bay, a bridge deal, a waiting type of C contract, a small extension after year 3, potentially, right? But why would Bryce Young agree to that? What is his incentive? He might bet on himself? Sure, maybe. He might bet on getting better weapons, I guess. He might bet on 2026 being his year. But honestly, that is the smartest move for everyone. Sit back, relax, and wait. So, Man Hour Nation, what do you guys think the Carolina Panthers are going to do? Will they pick up the 5th-year option for Bryce Young? Will they not extend him long-term? Will they wait? Will they evaluate? Or will they draft Arch Manning next year? Guys, because Bryce Young is not a bad quarterback, not a great quarterback. He's still a quarterback trying to figure out who he is. Matter of fact, he's still a quarterback trying to get over 6 foot. But Man Hour Nation, is he the long-term answer in Carolina? That is the question for today. Subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. East Coast time, except for tomorrow. We're taking tomorrow off. But we'll be back Friday, 7 p.m. East Coast time. Live interactive show. Share starts to fall. Jump in the comments. Let's hear your comments be heard. Let the comments be heard. Shay, my man, the Shay Potts, it does work. Sweet. He says, nah, fam, he's mediocre at best. Get another QB. Who do you want to get? Like, if you are the Carolina Panthers, legitimately, who do you want to get? Because I think this is one of the weakest draft classes as far as quarterbacks go. Now, I don't know about the next year's class, the 2026 class, or should be 2027 class. I don't know much about them, but looking at the 2026 class right now, it looks a little bit suspect. Looks a bit like, I don't know what to do with my hands, coach. Ricky Bobby type S shit. But, like, who do you go out and get? Do you go out and try to get somebody like a Justin Fields? Do you go out and try to get somebody like a Mac Jones? Mac Jones would be a great fit. Mac Jones had a hell of a year in San Francisco. Let's just be honest about that. The man's been balling out. Or do we just sit back and like, hey, Justin Fields or Bryce Young, you are our guy? That's the biggest question of the day. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do with the Pittsburgh Steelers? Man, our nation, Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's simply jump into this because tonight, I'm officially filing for divorce from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm officially breaking up the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm officially putting in my fandom card and burning that thing to the ground. Yeah, I said it. The breakup is happening live on air. The breakup is happening right now because for the last 2 seasons, the Pittsburgh Steelers have done nothing but break my heart, waste my faith, and spin my face after every prediction I have made for them. All offseason long, I had the Pittsburgh Steelers win the AFC North. All offseason long, I had the Pittsburgh Steelers go in the Super Bowl. All season long, 13, 14 weeks of this NFL season. Super Bowl bow, baby! Pittsburgh Steelers! I believed. I bought in the hype. I bought the additions. I bought the vision. Aaron Rodgers coming to town. DK Metcalf arriving to Blockbuster trade. Jalen Warren ready to be a true breakout season in that defense. Oh, Lord, that defense. The highest paid defense in the entire NFL. Supposedly ready to bully and carry this team back to glory. This was supposed to be their year. But here we are. Week 14. Or heading into week 14. Those fools are sitting at 6-6. Second place in the AFC North, and fading faster than Aaron Rodgers' patience in the post-game press conference. Guys, the Steelers have now lost 3 of their last 4. Matter of fact, they lost 5 of their last 7. The offense is stuck the offense is stuck in reverse. The defense is leaking like a screen door on a submarine. And the quarterback you brought in to save this franchise is now throwing the entire team under the bus. Let's talk about this defense for a second, though. The $25 million more than any other defense in the entire NFL. The highest paid defense in the entire NFL. And this is where my rage kicks in, baby. What are they giving you? Right now, guys, the Pittsburgh Steelers are ranked 28th in total defense. They're ranked 20th in points allowed. They're ranked 28th against the pass and 28th in yards per game. The only bright spot in the entire Pittsburgh Steelers defense is the rushing defense. And guess what? They're bottom tier of that. They're only ranked 17th. 17th! You call that bottom half, folks. You call that sucky, folks. You call that overpaid Eagle Field assholes, folks. That's what it comes down to. The lone positive, the one tiny little minuscule silver lining, they held 40-year-old Joe Flacco to 12 points. Congratulations, guys. Throw them a freaking parade. Meanwhile, the offense somehow is worse than that. Somehow, the Aaron Rodgers GOAT conversation is worse than that. This group that Aaron Rodgers was supposed to elevate, yet the Steelers stood at 24th in passing. Rodgers is barely completing half of his throws last week, and he's out here calling out his own receivers by name. When I check the route, you do the route. When I check the route, you do the right route. When you show up the field, pay attention. Johnny and I were on the same page. Aaron Rodgers throwing everybody under the bus. That's not leadership. This is finger pointing. This is deflection. This is the I'm 42 years old and I'm mad at the world version of Aaron Rodgers showing up in Pittsburgh. And now what? Now you're adding Adam Thielen to the mix, a 35-year-old veteran wide receiver on his farewell tour. You cut Darius Slay, you elevate Asante Samuel Jr., you shuffle corner rounds like a shell game because if everything is falling apart and the house is on fire. That doesn't fix it. Let's talk the numbers because right now the Steelers' playoff odds tell the whole story. Right now, heading into week 14, they have a 34% chance of making the playoffs. 34. Just a few weeks ago, matter of fact, 4 weeks ago, they had an 80% chance of making the playoffs. 80%! They also had an 80% of winning their division. Now they're down to 33%. Matter of fact, they're down to a 2% chance to make the Super Bowl. 4 or 5 weeks ago, it was 50%. Sorry, 33%. Now they're flatlining. Now they're on the pew. And on Sunday, Sunday is just not a game. This is a do or die, sink or swim, last breath, season-defining, career-defining, break-the-glass moment for the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you lose to the Ravens on Sunday, don't even bother for showing up Miami on Monday Night Football the next week. Don't even bother showing up or prepping up for the Detroit Lions. Don't even bother letting Mike Tomlin on the sideline versus the Cleveland Browns. And don't even bother dressing the starters in Week 18. Call the local high school team and let them play the Ravens and let's call it a day. Because I am done. I'm done. The Steelers have hurt me for the last time. The Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin, Aaron Rodgers, you guys have broke my heart for the last time. The Steelers have hurt me. They could be the crazy X. I'm done. I'm walking away. They could be the one that stalks my social media at 3 a.m. They could be the one that begs me to come back. They could be the ones that I told you I was better than them. Because from this day forward, I am not wishing them nothing but pain. I'm wishing the Pittsburgh Steelers nothing but ill will. Nothing but 3-win seasons from here on out. Nothing but heartbreak. Nothing but misery. I'm wishing them the Chicago Bears 2.0. Revolving quarterbacks, revolving coaches. Guys, the Pittsburgh Steelers Super Bowl chances, they're dead, buried, gone. Dead and gone, like Rihanna says. It's over, and I'm officially out. But man, our nation, pigskin pundits, are the Steelers completely finished for 2025? Yes or no? Drop it down in the comments below. Are they officially done? Yes or no? Guys, subscribe, smash the like button, and remember, we're live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. East Coast time, right here at youtube.com/MadHour. Now, this is a live, interactive show, so be a part of it. Be a part of the show. And Bruins Pro says, slow it down, baby. I told you the Pittsburgh Steelers suck. You're right. You're right, Bruins Prod. You've been here for about a month now, right? The whole month of November going into December. You are part of the Pigskin Pundit family now, man.
Pigskin Pun. Get you some.
And you were right. I'm a man. And it's hard for me to say that I was wrong. But I was wrong about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I had high hopes. I had faith. I thought Aaron Rodgers was going to turn it around. I thought Mike Tomlin was the answer. Jalen Warren, DK Metcalf. Oh, slow it down, baby. Man, they're lucky that they have not gone 0-12, 0-13. They are lucky that they're still a 500 team. They are lucky if Mike Tomlin gets the 9th win of the season and somehow pulls out. Never losing season again. We're talking about Mike Tomlin here in a minute. A cold, hard facts. So stay tuned to that as well. Shay Frazier says, R.I.P. to A-Rod's career. But if Fields was there, they would be undefeated, baby. That's tough. That's tough, baby. Because Justin Fields is, he's been benched in New York for Tyrod Taylor. He's been benched for a 36, 37-year-old veteran quarterback in New York. Justin Fields signed a 2-year kind of, we believe in you type of deal, but let's just be honest, like it was a 2-year deal. If you play well, we get you for a steal, but if we can let you walk, it's just a little kip in our pocket. If Justin Fields was in Pittsburgh, I think they would still be about 500. I'm not saying they would be a losing team. I'm not saying they would be undefeated, but they would probably be right where they're at. However, I think the morale around this 6-6 record would be a lot better. I think the morale in the locker room or in the fan base in general would be a lot better. Because they're like, oh man, we still got old Will Howard sitting in the wings. Yeah, Will Howard's injured right now. Yeah, but next year, baby, but like right now, Mike Tomlin's gone. Aaron Rodgers is gone. Hell, DK Metcalf might be gone. Jonnu's probably gone. The defense is, somebody's got to go. They can't afford everybody. And Bruins Prod's better. Patriots have a better defense than the Steelers. Loop. Right now, the New England Patriots are arguably the best team in the AFC. Stick around for Factor Crap, and we'll talk about that as well. Shay says, Rodgers always been a game manager, not a leader. Yes and no. As Aaron Rodgers was definitely managing the games in Green Bay, I will give you that. But when it was time to take over a game, it was Aaron Rodgers' time. How many game-winning drives does he have in Green Bay? It was like 60 or something like that? Something crazy. I believe he has the most fourth quarter comebacks ever, game-winning drives ever, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yes, Aaron Rodgers is a kind of wait in the grass until time to pounce, right? Kind of looks like a lion. Kind of looks like that beast, right? You let everybody else do all the hard work. You let the females go do all the hard work. And then when it's time for game time, when you're ready to call in the gong guns, baby, I'll be there. That's what Aaron Rodgers was in Green Bay. He managed the game for 3.5 quarters, and then bada bing, bada boom, took it over. Much like what Patrick Mahomes does for the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, Patrick Mahomes is a game manager until the fourth quarter. Then he takes the game over. Turn your Steelers fandom into the Patriots fandom. After Cold Hard Facts, we'll discuss that because obviously I am a Chiefs fan through and through, baby. Man hour, you could talk about Justin Jefferson getting traded. He could go to New England and then they would talk about it. During the offseason, we can play this hypothetical game. Because let's just be honest, it's going to take a lot of money, a lot of draft picks to get JJ out of Minnesota. Speaking of a lot of money, did you guys see that Jamar Chase bought a $50,000 or $500,000 Rolls Royce and has a $5 million jewelry collection? What is wrong with that guy? What is that wrong guy? Because if they picked up JJ, they go 17-0. Stop. My man James Francis says, what up? I ain't been on for a while, but I've been busy. Hope you good, Buck. I'm always good, James Frank. I'm always good, baby. All we know is that we are breaking up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. They done. They gone. They finine. They done watch me whip, and now I'm going to nay-nay. Right? That is what it says. That's what it says. Why does that keep popping up? But speaking of the Cleveland Browns, Shedeur Sanders and Jerry Jeudy's sideline blow up. Man, our nation, let's talk about it because buckle up. I'm going to keep it 100 today. I'm going to keep it 100. That's what we do. No sugarcoat, no PR spin, no tippy-toeing around the obvious because this one is absolute cannot stand in sports. I cannot stand the PC answer. I cannot stand the politically correct answer. I cannot stand the, oh, it's okay, buddy. Stop all that crap. That's stupid. I hate to live life like that. I hate when people pretend something didn't happen, even though we all saw it right there in front of our faces. I hate when somebody tries to play the PC and says it's right to us to keep the peace. I hate when someone tells you what it looks like and what is exactly what it looks like. But in the case of Shedeur Sanders and Jerry Jeudy's sideline spat, I get it. I get why they're downplaying it. I get why they're trying to keep the media wolves away. I get why they're trying to say all the right things. Because both of these dudes fighting for their NFL lives in some very different ways. If you guys do not know what I'm talking about, last Sunday, Jerry Jeudy dropped a very obvious nice pass. Jerry Jeudy come over and started yelling at Shedeur Sanders on the sideline as watching film. Clearly, they're like, whoa. We're just being competitive. We're fierce competitors. We want to do this, whatever. Stop it. I get it. But on the flip side, I get it. I don't get it, but I do get it. But let's start with Shedeur Sanders. Let's talk about why Shedeur Sanders cannot afford this drama right now in Cleveland. Guys, this man is in a brutal, uncomfortable, pressured pack situation. Because we talked about it. Deshaun Watson is back at practice. His 21-day window is open. Excuse me. And if people want to say it or not, the truth is obvious. If Deshaun Watson comes back and he looks like a shell of himself, Shedeur Sanders is back on the bench. It's not a warm bench. It's not a friendly bench. It's a cold bench full of cold shoulders and coaches who want him sitting there anyways. That bench brings its own storm. The moment he sits, the media jumps all over. The storyline writes itself. The spotlight tightens and the questions get sharper and more coming. Sanders doesn't need the narrative shift between locker room conflict or a QB losing his cool or a rookie meltdown. He has to keep the peace to keep his job. It's simple as that. And now let's talk about Jerry Jeudy. Right? Jerry Jeudy was supposed to be the savior in Cleveland. Jerry Jeudy was supposed to be a top 10 receiver in the NFL. Where you at, Old Man River? Trash. He was supposed to be unstoppable in the system. He was supposed to be the next big thing. But here are the facts. He's not a top 10 receiver. He is not dominating. He is not carrying the offense. He is dropping passes, 6 of them to be exact, third most in the NFL. He is on pace for career lows from across the board. Jerry Jeudy doesn't want the story to be Jerry Jeudy's frustrated with this quarterback, or Jerry Jeudy's causing drama, or Jerry Jeudy's blaming others while he struggles. He needs the spotlight off of him. He needs the excuses to stop. He needs the pressure to die down because the man is on thin ice himself right now. Guys, let's call it what it is. Shedeur makes a good throw. Jerry Jeudy drops it. It's plain as day. We all see the film. Then the tablet discussion starts. Jerry Jeudy starts clapping his hands, animated, talking fast, clearly frustrated. Shedeur gets up, responds, shakes his head, clearly not agreeing. CBS camera zooms in right in because they know what sells. Argument sells, Shedeur Sanders sells. And now we get both guys coming up with the classic lines. We resolved it. We good. It's football. It's emotional. Things happen. And look, I get it. I totally get it. They have to say this. They have to say the PC things. They have to zoom at the snow. Because neither guy wants this to become a story of the Cleveland Browns season. Neither guy wants to lose their job because of this. Guys, the reality behind the scenes is that Shedeur Sanders is still learning his receivers. He did not get first-team reps until week 12. He is still building the trust. He's still getting the timing down. He's still figuring out the speed of the NFL game. He said it himself. The hardest part is trust. Trust in movements, trust in details, trust in timing. Meanwhile, Kevin Stefanski said the same thing. This was addressed. This is a family. Families fight. Family moves on. Shut up. Kevin Stefanski, you're out too. So what is this truth behind the Sanders and Jeudy spat? Here it is. This is the truth. It happened. It was real. It was frustration. It was obvious. It was honest. Both guys know their situations are fragile, their futures are uncertain, and their careers cannot handle a media firestorm right now. So they said the right things, they moved on, and honestly, it was the smartest thing they could have done. But Man Hour Nation, do you think the Shedeur Sanders and Jerry Jeudy sideline blowing up was a big deal? Or just two frustrated players trying to save their jobs? Guys, subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we are live Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. East Coast time, right here at youtube.com/Man Hour. Now, this is the live interactive show. So jump in the comments and let your voice be heard. Let's get into the comments. As you guys know, my man, James Frank. James Frank's a pigskin punter. What up, buddy? He is in the chat over here on Facebook, and he says, I told you they suck. I think he was talking about the Steelers. But he says, screw Jerry Jeudy. He is a bum. Jerry Booty a bum? Jerry Booty? Jerry Judy's a bum? Man, where's Old Man River when you need him? Somebody go wake that old man up. Because Old Man River was saying Jerry Jeudy is a top 10 receiver in the NFL. Matter of fact, wasn't it Mellow Mike? It was Alpha Rob. It was Old Man River. I think Jim was in there, like in there. You guys were all coming at me saying, whoa, Jerry Jeudy's that guy. And we went across the NFL landscape, and Jerry Jeudy didn't even crack the top 15. Hell, in the NFC alone, there were 11 receivers better than Jerry Jeudy. Hell, in the AFC North at that time, Jerry Jeudy wasn't even a top 5 receiver. Because you had George Pickens, you had DK Metcalf, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and then possibly Jerry Jeudy. But we forget about Zay Flowers over there in Baltimore. I mean, he is a decent number 2 receiver. Let's give Jerry Jeudy his flowers. He reminds me a lot of Juju Smith-Schuster there in Pittsburgh. Juju was great when he was the number 2 guy, when he was behind AB and Antonio Brown. The minute he became the guy, his stats went Now, granted, he had old, what was it? George Pickens was like there, right? Chase Claypool was there. But there are some people, Shay, you had this conversation with Man Hour Nation on Monday. Some people are just better role players, better role coaches, coordinators, right? Brian Flores comes to mind. When people are asked to be the man, like Jerry Jeudy is asked to be the man, the truth of the matter is that he's not the guy. He's not the guy. James says, I spoke highly of him, and he's completely proved me wrong. I have to concur, man. And James also said, I said he had that potential, and then the man forgets that his hands connected to his arms. Much like CeeDee Lamb versus the Philadelphia Eagles. CeeDee Lamb forgets that he's got to catch the ball. Got Laura Johnson-Hedrick in the chat. What's up, Laura? Long time no see.
Pigskin pun. Get you some.
Laura is a pigskin punter as well, guys. Guys, hit the membership tab down below. $4.99 a month. Get you free entry. Get you the free gear. Extra live streams. All that good stuff. What's up, Laura? What's up? What's up? What's up? We got Bruins Prod over here. He says cash. Cash. Talking about the Patriots. And he also said, if the Patriots had to sign someone who is 95 plus, I've had. Not going to happen. And Shea Prayer says, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're talking about the same thing. But guys, today, we got to do this. Let's pop that up. Let's pop that up. Let's pop that up. Pop that up. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. There it is. Too many pictures, too many things. But guys, it's time for some cold hard facts.
No sugar, no spice, no sweet disguise. The truth is a blade that cuts through lies. No fluff, no frills, just a raw steel bite. Cold hard facts, they don't play nice. Sharp as ice, no need to think twice. Cold hard facts, they hit, they slice. All truth, no fluff, no dice. It's black, it's white, no shades of gray. No soft whispers, just what they say.
Check.
Like thunder, like fire, it clears the way. Cold hard facts, they don't play.
Alrighty, guys, so it is time for cold hard facts. If you've not seen this segment before, guys, here's how it works. I'm going to lay down some straight facts. No fluff, no sugarcoating, just real talk, undeniable truth that's going on around the NFL world. When it comes to talking cold hard facts, guys, we're cutting through all the noise and going straight for the truth. So, guys, buckle up because we about to drop some knowledge. No overreaction, no exaggeration, just pure cold hard facts, guys. And let's dive to exactly what the truth actually is. Man Hour Nation, let's start right there at the top. Because the cold hard fact is simple. And this one hurts, especially for the Philadelphia Eagles fans out there. Saquon Barkley is the victim of the Madden curse. As simple as that. That's the cold hard fact. Saquon Barkley is a victim of the Madden curse. Yeah, yes. Now, great. I have been defending him all season long. I blame the play calling, the offensive line rotation, the scheme, the lack of rhythm, all of it. I blamed everybody but Saquon Barkley this season of why his numbers are down. But after going back, after watching the tape and breaking down every single snap, guys, the truth is unavoidable. Saquon Barkley is not the same Saquon of last season. Let's just be honest. He does not look like him. Barkley doesn't look like Barkley right now. The hunger, the explosiveness, the drive, it's all missing. He's not hitting the holes with authority. He's hesitating. He's bouncing around to nowhere. Last season, Saquon Barkley hit the second level like a missile. This year, he's getting swallowed up at the line because there's no burst. There's no breakaway gear. No, that Saquon moment. You can blame it on the offensive coordinator all you want. You can egg his house all you want. You can call it on this. You can call it on that. You can do whatever you want. But eventually, you have to admit the player isn't the same dude anymore. Guys, let's talk about the facts. Saquon Barkley is averaging 3.7 yards per carry. 3.7. That puts him outside the top 25 of running backs in the NFL. Meanwhile, at the same time, in the same season, Jonathan Taylor is averaging 5.7 yards per carry. Jahmyr Gibbs is averaging over 5.7 yards per carry. Most starting running backs in the NFL are averaging at 4.7 yards per carry or higher. This isn't a week-night slump. This isn't a running back problem across the NFL. This is simply a Saquon problem. This is a Saquon problem and the Madden curse. Now, I get it. He's not getting the same workload. I understand. I understand he just had 10 carries versus the Dallas Cowboys a few weeks ago. But the cold hard facts is when you're only averaging 2 yards per touch in those games, how can the offensive coordinator reasonably feed you the ball? How can the fans expect you to get the ball when you're averaging 2 yards a carry? You want more carries? You got to earn them. You have to show the burst. You have to show the fire. Right now, Saquon's showing none of that. And look, I don't want this to be true. I like Saquon Barkley. I like what he does. He's one of the most talented backs of this generation. But when you land on the Madden cover, the curse is different. Excuse me. This season, he looks completely like a different player, and not in a good way. So, Man Hour Nation, here's my final question for you. Is this version of Saquon Barkley a slump, a scheme issue, or a full-blown Madden cover curse? Guys, because where I'm sitting at, it looks like the curse has struck hard. It looks like the curse is up and thriving. Guys, subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we are live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. East Coast time right here at youtube.com/Man-Hour. Now, this is a live interactive show, so comment down below and let your comments get in there and discuss your thoughts. Bruins Prod says, sound like a perfect pick for the Patriots or the Steelers. Nobody's going to Steelers. Stop. Zerk 2012 says the dude aged up in a hurry this year. I mean, the life of a running back is 5-6 years tops. The life of a running back is you get your one deal, maybe 1-2 productive years after that, and then Derrick Henry is an outlier. Saquon Barkley is the next name on the list to hit the wall and completely crash. Zeke is the next one. Todd Gurley, right? I guess Adrian Peterson is kind of an outlier too. But the list, like, you can go down the list, and nearly 80 to 85% of every running back, after they get their second deal, 6, 7, 8 years in the league, that is why you draft elite running backs in the first round. Because you get your 5 years out of them. Use them and abuse them on the rookie deal. Then you can franchise zag them for the next 2 years. Bada bing, bada boom, that's 7 years. You have used and abused a running back for 7 years. And then all of a sudden, the 8th year, let him walk away. Let him go to the New England Patriots and suck ass. Let him go to the Dallas Cowboys and suck butt. That is why the Detroit Lions they drafted Jahmyr Gibbs 8th overall. That is why the Falcons drafted B. John Robertson 9th overall. They got them for 5 years on a rookie deal. Franchise tagged them for 2. Bada bing, bada boom. Let them walk away. Save yourself millions upon millions of dollars. What about the Brady curse? See, Tom Brady had to share his cover with the real GOAT, Patrick Mahomes. So when there's 2 people on the cover, the curse doesn't exist. Cancels each other out. But everybody else, they gone. Also, who will be on the Madden cover next year? It's either going to be Drake May. It will be the MVP. So whether it's Drake May, whether it's Dak Prescott or Matthew Stafford, it is going to be a quarterback, probably an old head quarterback. So what does James Frank say over here on old Facebook? Says it is the curse. Simple as that. It is the curse, baby. Says I won't say that I don't think Barkley is done, but being that dog, he is. I think Saquon Barkley is done. Now, he will be around the league for next year, the year after that, possibly the year after that, for maybe 3 more years. For 3 more years, but they're not going to be productive. They're not going to be a 2,000-yard season. He'll be lucky to break 1,000. He'll be floating around the league like Adrian Peterson did when he was with the Commanders. Like, oh, he's still playing football. That's kind of weird. It is what it is. And James Frank says, for the love of God, keep Myles Garrett off of that cover, baby! We all know Myles Garrett is going to the Dallas Cowboys next year. The writing is on the wall. He's going to the Dallas Cowboys. And Bruins Prod says Drake May will break that curse. No, he won't. Drake May is highly, highly, highly overrated. But Man Hour Nation, buckle up, because today's Cold Hard Facts is going to shake up Steelers Nation and Giants fans all at the same time. Guys, the Cold Hard Fact is simple. Cold Hard Fact number 2, Mike Tomlin will be the New York Football Giants head coach next season. Yeah, guys, I just said it. I said it, and deep down, everybody in the chat, everybody watching this clip afterwards knows it's true. Let's start with the obvious. The Steelers fan base has been screaming for Mike Tomlin to go now for years. Not weeks, not months, years. And right here on Man Now Nation, I've said it out loud. The only way Mike T leaves Pittsburgh is if the fans make enough noise and shake that building enough. And guess what? They finally have. They finally did. This offseason, the noise hit a whole different level. The frustration turned into anger. Complaints turned into demands, and the message couldn't be clear. Steelers fans believe it is time for a change. And look, everybody here respects Mike Tomlin. Everybody here understands he's never had a losing season. He has made the playoffs 12 times in his tenure in Pittsburgh. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's won 1. He's reached 3 AFC championship games, 7 AFC North titles. That resume is legit, but you cannot ignore the last 6 years. You cannot ignore the 6 straight playoff exits, the 6 straight one and dones, 6 seasons of wasted potential, 4 straight years of we'll get them next time. 2020, 2021, 22, 23, 24. At some point, fans stopped caring about the past and started demanding results in the present. And right now, Steelers fans are tired. They're looking at this roster right now. They have the highest paid defense in the NFL by $25 million. They have playmakers on offense, a team that should make a deep playoff run, a team that should be a Super Bowl contender. But instead, they're bowing out early yet again. Steelers fans don't dislike Tomlin like Tomlin the man. They're exhausted with Tomlin the ceiling. He's holding the team back. Pittsburgh needs a reset, and frankly, so does Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin needs to see the grass on the other side. Now let's talk about New York. The Giants are desperate for leadership, desperate for stability, desperate for someone who can command the locker room and bring instant credibility. And Mike Tomlin checks every box. He's respected. He's proven. He's a culture builder. He takes chaos and turns it into structure, except for this season. He takes average Rodgers and makes them takes average rosters and makes them competitive. He's exactly what the young Giants team need, a real leader, not another coordinator turned head coach experiment. The Giants are a proud franchise that have fallen apart. Tomlin is a proud coach who needs a new challenge. It's a perfect marriage. And trust me, the moment Pittsburgh and Tomlin mutually part ways come January 1st, New York will be the first phone call. Hell, they may already have the paperwork typed up with the blank check. So, Man Hour Nation, this question is for you. Is Mike Tomlin the missing piece the Giants need, or will Pittsburgh regret letting him walk? Because one way or the other, this man is coaching in New York next season. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. East Coast time right here. YouTube.com for Man Hour. Now, this is live and after show, so comment down below. Lock in your comments, and let's discuss your thoughts, baby. James Frank says, how many quarterbacks has Mike Tomlin developed? 0. Absolutely 0. Let's be flat honest. He had Big Ben for what? 15 years or whatever it was. Like, Big Ben was a man, the myth, the legend. Big Ben was, put the team on my back. I got this, baby. You know who else is, got this? You know who else says, put the team on my back? Jackson Dart. Now, I'm not saying Jackson Dart is Big Ben. I am saying Jackson Dart is better than Big Ben. More mobility, stronger arm. Hell, better just leadership in general. I wouldn't be mad if Jackson Dart goes to a bar and picks up a 16-year-old. I'm just saying. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's just silly. And James Frank says it's a perfect challenge as him has come to Cleveland. James Frank says, forget New York, come to Cleveland and whoop the Steelers' ass twice a year for the next 10 years, baby. But James Frank says I also have John Gruden, though. James, on a Pigskin Pundit chat on Tuesday, on the afternoon drive home, we discussed this. I don't know if John Gruden can legitimately coach in the NFL anymore. Like that's the I don't know if if he legitimately can, because of the whole leaked email cases of saying cheerleaders are hot and do cocaine off of asses and shit. Like I don't know. I don't know. Bruin Prod says, what did you say about a 2-year quarterback with a shit team? I don't think I said anything about a 2-year quarterback with a shit team. That they're overrated? I don't think I've ever called the Patriots a shit team. I just want to put that out there. But guys, this one cuts my soul. This one hurts me. Because the cold hard fact of the day, guys, number 3. We are going to talk about a team that has dominated the AFC for the last decade. We're going to talk about a team that has been on the pinnacle of many, many rosters or many, many Super Bowl trophies for many, many years. Guys, and the cold hard fact is simple. The Kansas City Chiefs will not make their 4th straight Super Bowl trip. They won't. This is not hate. This isn't trolling. This is reality. This is reality, guys, and I'm going to break it down because this is my team. And it hurts me to say that they are done, finished, finito, not going to the Super Bowl. Hell, they may not even make the playoffs. Because right now they're sitting at 6-6. They're sitting at 6-6. They're hanging on by a thread. They're not 10-2. They're not 7-4. They are a team not cruising to the division title, not sitting comfy in the AFC playoff picture. They're fighting for their seasons. And yes, technically they control their own destiny, whatever, right? Win out and you're in. But there's the problem. Winning out is honestly unrealistic. It isn't realistic. This is the most vulnerable we've seen the Kansas City Chiefs in the Mahomes era ever. The offense looks human. The defense, while still strong, isn't bailing them out week after week as they did earlier, hell, all last season. The young receivers are still inconsistent. Penalties, drop passes, predictable play calling, all showing up at the worst times. Guys, let's be flat out honest. The road to the playoffs is brutal. No gimmies, no layups, no just don't beat yourself matchups. And here's what the Kansas City Chiefs face. On Sunday Night Football, they play a damn good Texas team. Matter of fact, no, they play a great Texans team with top-tier pass rush, explosive offense, and real playoff motivation. The Texans are the real deal. They're clicking at the right time. And then the following week, they play the LA Chargers. A pretty good Chargers team. Yes, they're up and down. Yes, Justin Herbert is injured. And yes, the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, the Kansas City Chiefs have already lost to the LA Chargers earlier this season. And then fast forward to Christmas Day, they play the Denver Broncos, a great Denver Broncos team. Coming off a playoff season last year and one of the toughest teams in the entire AFC. And the final week, week 18, they travel to Vegas to play the Las Vegas Raiders. Guys, the Raiders always play the Chiefs well. They're scrappy. They will be fighting for pride. They'll be playing loose, and they simply want to play the spoiler role. They want to keep the Kansas City Chiefs out of the playoffs. The Chiefs have to be perfect down the stretch. One slip up, one turnover, one bad quarter, and their season is basically over. Guys, this is the part that nobody wants to. This is the part that nobody's talking about. This is the part that nobody really fully understands. The Kansas City Chiefs are simply exhausted. Physically, mentally, emotionally. A 17-game season is a grind for any NFL team. And then you add 3 or 4 playoff games every single year and every single January on top of February. On top of that, and for 4 straight years, deep playoff runs, extra travel, extra prep, extra pressure, extra everything. They have played nearly a full extra NFL season more than any other team in the same 4-year window. That matters. Nobody beats the mileage meter. Nobody beats Father Time. Nobody beats the injury bug. And the schedule this year didn't help them either. The roster turnover didn't help them. The injuries didn't help them. And then the AFC, guys, the AFC is simply too good, too deep, too physical to let one team run the table forever. You had the Patriots coming out of nowhere. You had the Buffalo Bills. You had the Ravens. You had the Chargers, the Broncos, the Texans, the Colts, the Jaguars. Guys, the Chiefs had an incredible one. One we may never see again. But the grind has finally caught up to them. Man Hour Nation, this question is for you, though. Is this the end of the Kansas City Chiefs and the AFC reign? Or is this simply just a one-year reset before they reload and come back stronger? Because the cold hard fact is this. The Kansas City Chiefs will not be representing the AFC in the Super Bowl this season. Guys, subscribe, hit the like button, and remember, we're live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. East Coast time, right here at youtube.com. But now it is time for our closer segment. A little bit of factor crap.
When there's something strange in the NFL scene, rumors fly wild, what does it mean? You scroll through the feed, it's a clickbait trap. Who you gonna call? Fact or crap? Fact or crap? Bucks on the case. Fact or crap? He'll set it straight. QB drama, trades in the air. Insider sources, but do they care? From the draft room buzz to the locker chat, Buck breaks it down. Fact or crap?
All right, guys, so it is time for Fact or Crap. I'm going to throw out some so-called facts making around the NFL world, and together we're going to figure it out. Is it the real deal, or nothing but hard garbage? We're cutting through the noise, guys, breaking down the hype, and deciding if it's worth believing, we buying into it, or fact or crap. So buckle up, guys, grab your snacks and lock in, because it is time to get real. Is it a fact or a whole lot of crap? Let's find out, baby.
Buck's got the playbook, no need to guess. Sniffing out lies like a polygraph test.
All right, guys, so it is time for the first fact or crap of the night. And as you guys know, the Chicago Bears hold the #1 overall seed in the NFC. The Chicago Bears are arguably the best team in the NFC right now. So the simple is very, very simple, guys. Fact or crap. Will the Chicago Bears hold the #1 overall seed in the NFC? Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Because, guys, right now the Chicago Bears have shocked the entire NFL world. Ben Johnson has taken this team from 5 wins last season to the #1 spot in the NFC. They've won 5 straight. They've won 9 of their last 10. They swept the entire NFC East. And they just walked into Philadelphia and punched a defending champs right square in the mouth. That is not luck. That's coaching. That's identity. That's execution. This team has completely reinvented itself. This defense leads the NFL with 26 takeaways. The offensive line is the most improved unit in football. The run game simply is a problem. Caleb Williams making clutch plays late. Ben Johnson stacking plays, keeping defenses off balance, and running the show like a seasoned veteran. Everything Chicago Bears hoped for this season has hit. Every bet they made has paid off. The growth has been real. They've been real fun to watch. But none of this guarantees that they'll keep the #1 overall seed. Because look what they got coming forward. They have one of the hardest remaining schedules in the NFL. They play the Green Bay Packers twice. They play the San Francisco 49ers, the Detroit Lions, and also the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns team that beat down the Green Bay Packers earlier this season. That is a gauntlet. This is grown man football. This is prove you belong type of territory. And look who's chasing them. The LA Rams. Woo-hoo, the LA Rams, my Super Bowl pick. They're only 1 game back. And their schedule is a little bit more favorable. They play the Lions, Seahawks, Falcons, and they play the Cardinals twice. That's 3 freebies and 2 winnable games. A much, much easier path. And so when this lineup is this, honestly, guys, the Rams could go 4-1, hell, if not 5-0 down the stretch. And the Bears could realistically just go 2-3. Maybe even 1-4, or maybe lose all 5 and things go sideways real fast. And then there's the wild card factor, Caleb Williams. We talked about them a lot yesterday. We talked about how he is not winning them football games. Yes, he's been electric. Yes, he's been fearless. Yes, he's been clutch in the fourth quarter, but he's also young. He also has the lowest completion percentage among all quarterbacks with 200-plus attempts at 58.1. He makes your jaw drop one snap and throws the ball 8 feet high wide in the next play. He's still learning the Ben Johnson system, and all those close wins, Chicago has 6 of them by 5 points or fewer. Close game luck doesn't last forever, asked the Kansas City Chiefs. And with the Green Bay Packers twice, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Lions, their stretch was always supposed to be the part that exposed the Chicago Bears. They passed the first 2 steps, but now the mountain gets steep. It gets snowy. It gets slippery. So, guys, factor crap. Will the Chicago Bears hold the number 1 overall seed in the NFC? And I'm calling it crap. It's flat out crap. It's not because they're frauds, not because they're overrated, but because the schedule is brutal. The Rams have an easier road, and the regression in close games is coming. The season has already been a massive success. Ben Johnson is the Coach of the Year candidate. The Bears are headed to their first playoff appearance since 2020. The number one overall seed, that's going to be a tall hill to climb. But Man Hour Nation, what do you think? Factor crap. Can the Bears survive this brutal schedule and hold on the number 1 seed? Or do they drop down to 2, 3, if not number 4? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below, guys. This is a live interactive show. Subscribe, hit the like button. Remember, we're live Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. East Coast time right here, youtube.com/ManHour. And my man Shay says, the Bears are overrated. He says, simply put, the Bears are overrated, and the Packers are going to put that belt to ass, baby! Damn, Shay. Let the people know. Let the people know, baby. And James Frank says, I mean crap. He says poop. No, I mean crap. Definitely crap. The Bears are not getting the number 1 overall seed. I was typing the Bears up last night. I was riding the wave, but then I go back and look at reality. And the reality is, yes, it is December, but thou shalt not trust the Chicago Bears until December. Let's put a caveat on that and put that until January. They just don't ever trust the Chicago Bears. They trash. No, they're not. They're a really, really good team, but they got a brutal schedule heading forward. All right, guys, next up here on the Factor Crap, this one's, once again, going to hit a nerve. This one is about the New England Patriots, your team, Bruins prod. Factor Crap. Are the Patriots the best team in the AFC? When you look at the Patriots, guys, they're 11-2. They've won 10 straight. They're sitting at the number 1 overall seed in the AFC. But are they actually the best? I need to slow it down, baby. But let's talk about it. The entire 2025 NFL season has one theme. There are no great teams in the AFC. None, 0, zip. Everybody is flawed. Good offenses disappear. Elite defenses get torched. Super Bowl contenders get taken down on random weeks. The league loves this. We love this. This is peak NFL parity. And nobody represents that better than the New England Patriots. Mike Vrabel has this team playing hard, fast, disciplined football. They don't beat themselves. They play with their hair on fire. They are 11-2 and have an inside track to the number 1 overall seed. And yes, Drake May is playing MVP football. 3,400 yards, leads the NFL. 71.5 completion percentage, leads the NFL. 8.8 yards per attempt, second only to Sam Darnold. Well, Sam Darnold? Yeah, that's Sam Darnold, yes. Not dinking and dunking, actually pushing the ball down the field. Here's the real deal. Here's the reason why this team feels dangerous. He has elevated the entire offense, meaning Drake May and Mike Vrabel. But here is the problem. The schedule is soft. The Patriots have feasted on bad teams like a buffet. 8 of their 11 wins are against opponents with losing records. Not average team, not decent teams, losing teams, trash teams, dog, hot dog water, poo-poo bad teams. They blown out the Titans, they blown out the Browns, the Giants, and they guess what? They get to play bottom feeders in the Jets and the Dolphins as well. And when we look at their good wins, you can say Buffalo Bills at Buffalo was a solid win. And they also beat a pretty good banged-up Buccaneers team. That's it. That's the entire resume, and you can't ignore the flaws. Pass rush disappears for long stretches. Goal line offense sucks. Short yardage situations are the problem. Injuries on the offensive line are getting worse. Depth is a real concern. And the analytics, they're not impressed at all. Next Gen has them as a 1.5 team ranking, 9th in the AFC. ESPN FPI has them 7th overall. Those numbers are not the best team in the AFC. Those teams are not the best in the NFL. And let's just be honest, the Patriots haven't proven they can do this at the end of the season yet. They don't have the Chiefs playoff track record, or the Baltimore, or the Bills, or hell, even the Colts. This is a young roster, second-year quarterback, and a team that hasn't been tested by adversity yet. But that is all about to change. Their next 2 games are real tests. The Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens, both desperate, both dangerous teams. Those will define who the Patriots actually are. So guys, fact or crap, are the Patriots the best team in the AFC? Crap. Absolutely crap. They're good. They're well coached. They're way ahead of schedule, and Drake May is special. But the resume isn't strong enough. The wins aren't impressive enough, and the analytics don't support it. Beat Buffalo, beat Baltimore, then we can talk about the best team in the AFC. Right now, they're just the best team at beating bad teams. But Man Hour Nation, what do you think? Fact or crap? Are the Patriots truly the best AFC team, or just a hot team on a soft-ass schedule? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below, guys, because it's a live interactive show. Bruins Prod says, wow. Wow, Buck, I thought we were friends. We are friends, brother. We are friends. But you know what friends do? Friends call each other out. Friends call a spade a spade. Friends say, hey, your breath smells like dog poo-poo. And right now, the Patriots are looking like a little bit of dog poo-poo. I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm not saying that they suck. But I'm saying you need to go in there and brush your teeth, and then we can talk. You've been licking booty way too much, Drake May. You've been making a little bit too much booty on the Cardi B. And James Frank's like, shit. Not man. And James Frank says, look at their wins and who have they been against. I mean, like, every Patriots fan out there. So if you guys are a part of our AFC East group over there at facebook.com/Man Hour, go down to the groups. We have an AFC East group that has like about 7,000 people, 8,000 people in there. Every time I post something bad about the Patriots, they're like, we can only play who's in front of us. And yes, I get it. You can legitimately only play who's in front of you. You don't make your schedule. The NFL may make their schedule. You don't control injuries or whatever. Like, I get it. I understand that. But don't pound your chest when you're playing the Jets twice. Don't pound your chest when you're playing the Miami Dolphins twice, or the Titans, or the Raiders, which you lost to the Raiders, by the way. Or just stop it. Now, the Patriots will have their time in the sun. They're going to be a problem for a long, long time, as long as they can find a receiver to play Stephon Diggs next season. But until then, I'm not buying the hype, and I don't think you guys should either. Now, they will probably be a playoff victory. Most likely be a one and done. But guys, we out. See you Friday.
Hey, now it's time to take off. Hey, gotta keep it live and raw. Better stay tuned in. Man, our NFL talk. I know that you're ready for more. They on the field, ready for war.